I'm Manish Mathuria. I'm pursuing PhD from Purnima University, and image processing is my the specialization area. So today I'm here with the basic hands-on practice on installation of the OpenCV and some basic program for the OpenCV. Okay. So for today, actually, it is basically hands-on session. So I have collected some files and I have a link to share with you so that you can also download those files. And I'm sharing you the folder link. Actually, this is on the Google Drive. Okay, so I got a link and I'm pasting it on my uh, on the Google Meet chat. So I have pasted the link. This is the Google Drive link. I have shared it for the public, and you can download it. Download some files from here, which actually I'm going to present you, and I'm going to explain you. So now I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so you can now. First of all, you just need to. Okay, I'm presenting. Okay, so you can. Is it visible? Is that my presentation is visible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is the basically OpenCV simple setup, and we have actually I've prepared this PPT for some explaining the installation in steps. Okay, so first once again I just want to tell you about the directory which I have collected some files in the directory. So you can see on my screen. Okay, this is the directory for OpenCV simple setup. Okay, and I have collected some files and I've shared you on the chat window. So guys, first of all, we require two files for the installation. If you have already installed, that is good. Otherwise, you can download it from the directory. And you first require to download the OpenCV. This is the exe file, and then you require to download the dev.cpp. This is both two files are required to download. Okay, so first you require to download this file and install this exe file. This is very simple setup. Okay, so now I'm taking you to the presentation, which in which I will tell you the step-by-step process. Okay. So now you can see my the presentation. Okay, now I'm going to discuss about some practical aspects. So this is basically we have OpenCV. OpenCV stands for Open Source Computer Vision Library. Okay, so it is initiated in 1999 to incorporate image processing basically. And because image processing is the leading area in everywhere, like especially for security, and it has a C++, C, and Python interfaces. Okay, running on Windows, Linux, Android, and Mac PC. So it is available for most of the all platforms. With it is basically it has some interfaces like especially popular programming language. We have C, C++, and Python, and we have it is a library. So to use the function available in library, you basically we require to a compiler. We require a compiler. Suppose if you want to work on the Python, then we first require to install the Python. If you want to require to install basically the OpenCV for the C language or C++, then you actually first require to install the compiler for that. Okay, so I will explain you and I will also show you the practical. Now actually to start off, you need to install the OpenCV and compiler, then establish a linkage between. Okay, this is the basically configuration is required to run the program of the OpenCV. So what we require, you first require to install. I'm showing you the practical in this particular session. I'm just showing you the basic practical exercise for the C language. And okay, I will also provide you some the basically some codes. And I have already shared some two files in my directory. Okay, so you can see on the on my directory. Basically, I have also shared my presentation. What actually I'm going to present. I'm presenting in this PPT. This is OpenCV Simple Setup PPTX. So you can download it from here, and we have first C and second C. These are the two programs, and it is the testing main test one PNG. So I will explain you how to run this C file in OpenCV and how to set up the OpenCV. So now you require to follow some steps. So first steps is to get installed. I've already provided you the exe file. Otherwise, you can go online and you can download the OpenCV from the source4.net projects open library, OpenCV library. So there are different versions available. There is no problem if you are a beginner. You can start with the basic version. So I've chosen here version 2.1. Okay, and for simplicity and the simple setup. So for the beginner, I expect that you all the participants will go through at least installation of this step. So next we require you would need a compiler. Okay, so if we are giving you example of the C and C++, so you can install Dev C++, code block, and Visual C++. So in this example, I am using Dev C++. Okay, fine. So you can see here, uh, this is the presentation. So I have shared you the link. Okay, in this link you can go to that particular link and find the OpenCV library and download those particular library from the link. And this is the Dev C++, and you can download it from here. Okay, now go to some next step. What actually you require? Okay, for showing you, I've already installed this for a short time. I've already installed Dev C++ in my computer. Okay, so I'm showing you on my screen. So you can see on my screen that the basic Dev C++ 4.992, I've installed it on my computer. So this is the first C program. What you require, I'm just going to tell you that what is the configuration we require. First, we require to install Dev C++. Okay, this is not a very complicated task. You just need to download the exe file and double click on the exe. It will ask you the path. Okay, so you can install it with the given default path. You need not to do anything. You just need to follow the basic and the default settings. Okay, so I'm showing you my screen. You can see on my screen like I have installed the Dev CPP in the C drive. Okay, this is the Dev CPP. It is a default directory chosen already taken by the Dev CPP. Okay, so this is the Dev CPP I have installed with the setup I have already shared you. Now what you require? You just need to go you just need to start the Dev CPP. When you will start it, the screen will look like this. Okay, I'm sharing you this screen. This is the screen. When you will start the Dev CPP in the starting phase, you will see the screen like this. It is a blank screen. There is no file. Now what you require? You go to the Tools tab. Okay, you first require to go to the Tools tab. Okay, and in which you will find the compiler option. Okay, this is the compiler option. Okay, go to the compiler option. When you will choose the compiler option, okay, there are some settings you require to set. Okay, so first of all, you require to add a new compiler. Okay, for because we want to compile the OpenCV code, so we require to add a OpenCV compiler. So I have written it OpenCV. When you will add it, so I have already added the OpenCV compiler. So you will see like this. Okay, now we have to add the following commands when we calling the compiler. Okay, this setting we require to do because we have a OpenCV library in the C drive. Okay, so for the particular path you can see on my screen. Okay, for the particular path we have to load some libraries when we compile the program for the OpenCV. So whenever the Dev C++ compile the program, okay, it will automatically call those files from the library. Okay, that we require to set up. Okay, so I also basically present it on the presentation. Okay, for now you can see on my screen like we have a presentation. So in this presentation, I have shared you the step. The first step you need to go to the tools and the compiler option. Then you will just require to click on the plus sign. Okay, you require to add a new compiler name here at OpenCV, and then you require to finish this basic setup by the adding the following commands, which I already explained you why we require to add this following command, because we actually want to call these libraries for the compilation. Okay, from the OpenCV lib folder. Okay, so if you want to see the basically directory structure of the OpenCV 2.1, then I can show you. You can see on my screen. Okay, now we have OpenCV 2.1. This is the default path of the installation in the C drive. You can see here. So when I will click on the OpenCV 2.1, I have some folders available with this. So in which we have to choose the lib folder. Okay, this is the basically library files available for the OpenCV. Okay, these files are used for the compilation purposes. Okay, so we have taken those files. Okay, and these files are uh, required to given the configuration setting of the DevC. Okay, you can see on my screen that because Dev C++ is a different software and OpenCV is just a image processing libraries. Okay, so we actually require to give the proper configuration. What I'm explaining you the configuration of the OpenCV on the Dev C++. Okay, so now I'm taking you again to my presentation. Okay, now what you require next, click on the directory and then click on C includes. Okay, so for explaining it, you can see on my screen that this is the interface. Okay, if I press OK, and it will find. So I'm going again to the tools tab, go to the compiler option. Okay, nothing different. Now when you will go to the compiler option, now we have some other options available in the tab like setting and directories and programs. Okay, so we just require to change in the directory section. Okay, when you will select the directory section, you will go to the binaries. Okay, so it is the already given C colon slash, we have a dev c pp and bin. This is the default directory taken for by the dev cpp. What we require to add the OpenCV bin, OpenCV binary in that particular software. So what why we are doing it, and how actually I have taken it. So you can see the basically the C drive. You can see your C drive. Okay, this is my C drive, and I have installed OpenCV 2.1. Okay, in which when you will go the particular bin folder. Okay, this is the binary files, binary execution file like that actually taken for the image processing program examples. Okay, for to doing so, you require to copy this particular path. Okay, this is the binary path, and you require to paste. Okay, you can either you can go from that particular button, you can press this button. Okay, when you will press this button, you require to select the OpenCV 2.1. It is from the C drive. Okay, when you will select it, okay, now you require to select the subfolder. This is the bin folder, and press the OK, and now you can press the add. Okay, when you will press the add button, it will be added on the particular list. Okay, this is the list of the binaries which actually dev c plus compiler, c plus plus compiler is going to use. Okay, now it is first section is complete from the directory. Now you require to move to the next section. Next section we have a libraries. Okay, so you can see on my screen, this is the library section. So default directory already taken by the dev cpp. Okay, this is given in the first sequence. Okay, in the second sequence I have added by myself like c OpenCV 2.1 and lib. Okay, this is the same way I have just copied the path. When you will go to the OpenCV from the C drive, okay, you require to go to the lib folder. Okay, when you will go to the lib folder, you require to copy this particular path and just move to the compiler option, and now you can add the same way. Okay, you can paste it here and press the add button. It will be added in the list. Okay, this both settings we have done. This is the configuration setting for the OpenCV in the dev cpp. Okay, so that is very that is must to complete. Okay, before installation. Now the last one. Okay, this last one is required include C include and a C plus plus include. So if you are doing the C program only, then you require to do the C includes updation. Okay, in this sequence, I have added this second number sequence. Okay, from the OpenCV. To do so, you can just go to this button and just find the OpenCV 2.1 in the C drive. Okay, just click on the OpenCV with the hierarchy, and in this hierarchy, you require to select the include. Okay, you can see on my screen. So this is the include. Okay, when you will press this include, the one under OpenCV directory will be open, and this is not subdivided further. So you have to select this OpenCV and press the OK button. When you will press the OK button, it will ask you to add, delete, or replace, or delete invalid. Fine. So we just require to choose the add button. Okay, when you will add this, it will be added in the sequence. Okay, so this is the basic compilation setting we require to do in the dev cpp. Okay, this is the basic configuration setting. It is also known as the linking. Okay, this is the linking for the OpenCV in the dev cpp. Okay, if you want to make a program for image processing using OpenCV in dev cpp, then just you require to make this linking with the OpenCV and dev cpp. Okay, fine. When you will complete these steps, now what to do? Okay, so I'm taking you to the presentation. Okay, when it will be finished, these steps are already I have mentioned on the basically with the example of the live example of the tool. So this is mentioned in the presentation also for the beginners. Now this is the next slide. We have the basic OpenCV model. Okay, so in this basic OpenCV model, we have four image packages. Okay, these packages are main packages of the OpenCV. So first we have the CV. Okay, these are also known as the modules. Okay, so first we have a CV. This is the main OpenCV functions, image processing and computer vision algorithm. It basically it provides us. Okay, it actually facilitated us to use the basic OpenCV functions and image processing and the vision algorithms. Okay, then we have a CV AUX. Okay, this is stand for auxiliary experimental OpenCV function. Okay, so in which basically some special auxiliary functions we require, especially for special experiments. Then we can use this. Okay, and then another third one we have CX core. Okay, or it is for data structure, linear algebra support, XML support, drawing function, other algorithms. Okay, other algorithms that related to the mathematics also. So this sometimes this related to the core, and this is facilitated by the OpenCV. So we can use this package, you can use this module. Then we have last one is the high GUI. Okay, high GUI function, basically GUI function related to the image processing. We can use this high GUI to show some GUI functions with the OpenCV output. Okay, so these are the basic OpenCV modules, and I will also explain you that how to use these models with the example. Okay, now first, and a very simple example, that is a basic hands-on practice for the OpenCV using the Dev CPP. So we require to display an image. Okay, so to display an image, what we require in a journal, we require an image. Okay, suppose we have already captured an image, and we have just loaded it, we have just placed it on the particular directory in the particular drive. So this image will, so for example, suppose the image is available in the C drive in the particular folder. So I just want to fetch that image from the C drive, and then I just want to show it that image from using the OpenCV tool. So this is the first task. To do this task, we require a simple program, and this basically it will fetch the image from the disk. Okay, we actually require to use the two header files, like we require to use cv.h and high gui.h. These both header files basically use in the C program, and these header files facilitate us to use the basic image output input output operation and the presenting the image in the GUI. Okay, for that reason we use these header files. Okay, then basically one important thing is here that image is stored as a structure. Okay, this is the variable name we will create a structure, and its name is l image with the following example. Okay, then I'm taking you to the next slide. This is the basically structure we have. We are using the structure. It is already built the structure, and this structure have some elements, like it has integer and channels. It has depth, it has width, it has height. It is a pointer, character type, variable, image, data, and data order, origin with a step, image size. Okay, and we have a structure, another structure ROI. Then we have a character pointer like image, data, origin, align. Okay, so these, and last one is the color model also. So these are some variables elements of the structure. So I'm not going into that. Okay, I'm taking you to the example directly. So for the simple program, like if you want to write a simple program, so I just want to show you the simple program first. This is the simple program we have. Okay, this is a very common and simple program expected to run by the every participant in the OpenCV for the starting. Okay, so this is the simple program. You require to include two header files. It is a very basic simple C program, and in which we have created a function. This is the main function, and we have used the variable. This is the structure variable, and we have taken the pointer variable input to the structure variable. Okay, then when you will do this, simply you require to load the image. Okay, we use input to load the image. For that, we have a function available in the CV header file. So basically we use this function CV load image. Okay, in this particular function we require to pass the path, actually name of the image. Okay, with the extension, either you can use the name, or you can also pass the path with the name of the file which you want to upload. Okay, we load in the OpenCV. So here we also express the 1 and 0. For the black and white image we use 0, and for particular if we have a color image, then we use the one here. Okay, then we have CV named window. Okay, so this is CV named window output, and basically CV named window, this basically creates a window to display the image. Okay, so we have already the variable, like we have an output variable, so we actually want to name the output. So that's why we have named this output, and CV show the image. Okay, whatever we have input in the input variable, we will just put this variable into particular window to show the output. Okay,
Hello.
yes,
Hello.
hello,
Hello. Hello.
hello. Okay, fine. So there is some problem. Okay, otherwise I'm taking you again with the example. Okay, so actually I was showing you my presentation. It was slightly, so this is the presentation, fine. So in which when you will taken the input, now you require to show the input. So to do so, what you will do, you will just call the function cv show image, and you will specify the variable name with the string you want to display. Okay, and finally we have the cv wait key. Okay, this is cv wait key 0. This is also wait till the key press. Okay, this simple example I just want to show you, and I will just run this program also. So this is the previous slide, and this is, I have already explained it. So this is the simple basic function, basic program, which actually I'm showing. I just want to show you on the screen, so you can just come to my screen. Okay, After setting up all the configuration required for the basically Dev C++, now what we require? We require to create a new file. Okay, you can just create a new file. Okay, and if you have already created a file, I have provided you on the drive, so you can directly go to the drive and you can download that particular file, okay, from the drive for the starting purpose, because sometime you will get some syntax error, so you will get confused that time. Okay, so you can directly use that particular code. It is written in C language and its extension is .c. When you will open this, okay, this is the first .c, and this basically representing the code I have already explained you on the on my presentation. Okay, in this code you can see here we have just include the header files. Okay, this is the header file, these are the both header files I have chosen, and this is the main function, and the same code I have presented on the presentation. Okay, now what to do? Okay, if you want to run this code, okay, sometimes you require to set up an environment variable also. Okay, in some of the PC, when you otherwise it will take automatically set up if you, but sometimes if you get trouble with the execution of the program, what you will do, you will go to the my computer. Okay, when you will click on the properties. Okay, when you require to go to the advanced system setting, and you require to set up the environment variable. Okay, so for the particular computer, okay, you require to set up an environment variable. So what you require to do, you just need to add a new variable. Okay, and you just require to copy, the OpenCV and bin path. Okay, for the OpenCV execution. Okay, when you will copy, you require to place it. Okay, here, fine, it is okay. And another environment variable we require to set. Okay, so for the dev cpp, so again you will do the same thing, you will copy this path and you will add the new variable here and paste it here. Okay, so this is the basically setting, path setting is done. This is path we have set in the environment variable in the Windows environment, so you will not get trouble with the execution of the program. Okay, fine, so it is done. Now you require, what you require, if all the settings and configuration are done. Okay, now you require to execute the code. In this, we first compile the code. Okay, for compilation, either you can go to the compilation option available on the menu. Okay, otherwise you can press Control plus F9. Okay, when it will be fine. Okay, when it will be done perfectly. Okay, if you have not done any syntax error, so the exe file will be created. Okay, so I can show you. You can go to the particular OpenCV directory. Okay, where from where you have fetched the file. Okay, I have made the test folder over here in the OpenCV bin directory. Okay, so in the test folder, I have a first .c program. This is a C source program, you can see on my screen. Okay, so I will just I have some file. Okay, I have some image file, like this is the new file in JPG format, this is the sign file in the JPG format, and this is the test one file in the JPG format. Okay, so when you will compile your code, it will actually create a application file. Okay, you can see on my screen. Okay, I'm zooming it for better showing. Okay, you can see that this is the first .c program and this is the first .exe file. This is the file created after the compilation. Okay, when this file is created successfully, okay, some of the PC you will get error, like source file is not, and so sometimes you require to give the permission. Okay, so I'm explaining you that actually how to give the permission for the execution in some of the PC for security reason. So you just need to go to the OpenCV and you just require to click on the bin folder and go to the properties. Okay, and go to the settings section. Okay, now go to the edit section. Okay, you just require to use give the permission to the normal user and authenticated user also. Okay, this step is required, and apply it and done it. Okay, for some pieces where you get the error for the execution purpose. Okay, similarly you require to do it for the dev cpp. Okay, so you just need to go to the property, go to the settings, go to edit. Now you select the normal user access with the full control to the user. Okay, for the execution of the program. When it will be done, when it all will be done fine perfectly, then now you can execute your program. Okay, now you can run your program. So when we I will you can run this program either using the menu or you can use the control plus F10. Okay, when I have done this, okay, this is my test image. This is the image test one dot png format. Okay, you can see on my code, this is the code test one dot png image, and this is the image. Okay, this is already available in the directory, so I can directly open in this image also. This is the test one image. Okay, so this image, I have opened this image. I have simply displayed this image using the OpenCV. Okay, so this is the very basic program we have done it. Now I'm taking you to the next program. Okay, in the next program, what we will do, we will just divide the image. Okay, we have a color image, like color image also, very simple color image is known as the RGB image. So RGB stands for red, green and blue. So sometimes for the computer processing, for image processing, we require to work on the red component, sometimes we require to work on the green component, sometimes we require to work on the blue component. So for the basic image processing task required to basically extract the image into RGB component, and we can show that RGB component separately. So I'm showing you the next example, which basically presenting the image and divide into the RGB component. Okay, to do so, I have already created a program and I have already checked the program. So I'm already available. I have also share you with the drive. Okay, you can download this program. Okay, if you get any problem, you can ask me. Okay, this is the basic program for the dividing the image into the different channels. Okay, for the RGB component in OpenCV, it is known as the channels. Okay, we in image we have three channels. Like first channel is 0, and this represent the blue color, and the second channel is the 1. This channel represents the green color, and the third channel is the red. This channel representing the red color. Okay. For the simple program, this is not very complicated program. It's very simple program. So we have first loaded the input image, and we have also initiated the output image. Okay. And we have just loaded the test one image, test one jpg, test one.png image. For this example I have taken. Okay, after just loading this image, just name the window. Okay, you can write any name in the window, like for the second, you can say that name. I'm writing in RGB decomposition. Okay, this is the RGB decomposition, and then you will show this. Okay, fine. So this is the basically RGB decomposition, and CV show the image, so it will show this particular name window, and this is the basically the input image. Okay, it will first simply display the image which we have already inputted. Now we require to we actually want to print something. Okay, in the C language we require to print the some values or for the particular image. Okay, because we already know about it that this is the structure, and if we want to print the values the structure using the input structure variable, so we can do this way. In this way we write this about the n channels. Okay, this will print the value of the n channel. Okay, and some width, height and width is that. Okay, then we have a depth and we have a input align. Okay, this is simple print statement. It is and with the semicolon here in the last. Okay, when you will write this, okay, it will be fine. Then you require to go to the next step. This is the output image. Now we are taking the output. Okay, this output is basically CV create image. Okay, now we are creating a new image. This is CV size. What we have size taken from the input image, we have just written the size here. The same size image will be created after the processing, and then the depth, this depth is already taken from this depth. Okay, you can see here, and the input channels. Okay, whatever the input channels we have taken. So what it will do, it will just read the input image and it will just pass the input image to the output variable with the same setting. Now the changes we are doing in the next lines. Okay, these changes are first, we actually saving the data pointer to the input image as a p input. We are saving the data pointer to the input image. This is name is a p input. So in this we have taken the pointer variable u vector type of pointer variable, and whatever the image data we have just giving this particular pointer variable. And similarly we have done this for the output image. Okay, saving the data pointer to the output image p out variable. Now why we are doing this? We are doing this because we actually want to present some specific channels. Okay, you will understand it by when I will compile this and run this code. So for that, you can see in this particular for loop we have started two for loops. Okay, both for the height and the width, so it will cover each and every pixel of the image. Simply, now you require to do this. Simply, this is the steps. Okay, where we have basically it will take the output image. This is the pointer to the image data for the output image. So it will run from particular I location to and particular j location wherever we will find the channel. Okay, this will just place the input. Okay, in this example, suppose I want to change the I want to only the red component. Okay, so this one is representing the blue component, and this one is representing the green component. Okay, so I just want to show the red component, so I have just make it 0 both the places, and I have make it the p input. So जैसा whatever the input we have, it I will just placing the input in the output. Okay, so now let's see this last one, simply the name window, the name of the name window, and simply we have shown the output. And finally we have played the await variable, simply cv wait key. And the last one is destroy window we use because we want to release the memory and after the compilation. Okay, and just release the image also for just releasing the memory. So simply I'm just going to run this code. Okay, so I have changed the name somewhere, so this will be work when I will complete this. So I'm simply for the I'm making it fine. Okay, so it is same again. Now let's see. I'm going to compile this code. I've checked this code. Now compile this code. Okay, it is compiled successfully. There is no error, no problem at all. Okay, no error, no warning. Fine. Now the same thing, if your environment is set and you have installed it perfectly, then there is no problem. You can directly execute the code, directly run the code. Okay, fine. Oh yes, I have just run this code, and what actually I have got, this is the original image, input image, and from this particular input image I have taken the right component. Okay, in which I have created a output image in which I have placed the value for the blue component is 0 and value for the green component is 0, and the particular red component value is same, so it is showing the red component value. Okay, fine. So for if you want to make it if you want to if you want blue component, suppose, so what you require, you just need to copy that code. Okay, you just need to copy that code. Okay, fine, I have copied this code and place it here, and make the red component to 0 value. Okay, when you will done it, it is fine. Save this code, and now again you want to compile this code, so close the window, previous output. Now you can compile this code. Okay, done, it is successfully compiled. Now you require to run. Fine. Oh, you can see here, this is the original image, input image we have, and this is the output image. This is the blue component. Okay, so it is very clear. Now I require what actually I just want to show you some another miracle of the image processing. This is a miracle. This is very interesting. Now we have actually, I just want to add red and blue component, and I play the value for the green component. Green component is 0. Okay, so I will just compile this code. Before that, I just want to close that window, output window. Now compile this code. It is done without error. Okay, now I will run this code. Okay, fine. So the changes you can see on the screen, like we have, what we have done, we have added red and blue component. The output we got the pink or the purple image. Okay, this is the combination of the red and blue component. Okay, in the similar way, you can also make the add the green component. Okay, then add the green component with the blue component, sorry, with the red component for the starting. Otherwise you can do it according to your interest. Okay, fine. When you will do it, just close the output window, previous output window. Now go to the compile code. It is done successfully, there is no problem, and now run. Okay, fine. So guys, you can see here, this is the combination of red and green component. It is not perfectly green, but it is a combination of the red and green component. It seems like yellow color and shade of the yellow color and orange color. Okay,